Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to go over 5 things that I hate about my Ram 1500 Rebel. Well, just give me 1 second. Now we're ready. The first feature that we're going to go over that I hate about my Ram 1500 Rebel, and this isn't unique to the Rebel, and this isn't unique to just this truck specifically, but it's the side steps. I love the side steps obviously because they make it so it's easier to get in and out of the truck. However, being an off-road truck, these side steps, since they are lower to the ground, you can see it does impede with ground clearance a little bit. And then when you do go off-road, you do hit the steps quite often. You can see little stuff like that. You get little scrape marks and all that. And I've actually popped off these end caps as well while off-roading with the truck. So that is one thing that obviously makes it easy to get in and out of the truck, but it's also frustrating when you're going off-road, and you know, it kind of makes ground clearance a little bit worse. The second thing that I hate about my Ram 1500 Rebel is actually the tires, and this is actually going to be something in the video about it, what I love about the truck as well, but let's just get right into that. So the tires that come stock with the 1500 Rebel are 33s. They're made by Toyo, and they're all-terrains. You can see they're pretty aggressive tires. They actually have a pretty good lifespan. They run on the road pretty well. The only thing that I don't love about them is when it is raining. These tires, for some reason, they do great in the snow, they do great in the mud. On road, they run really smooth actually, but for some reason when it rains, these tires just spin like crazy, and so I wish that they were able to do something that would make these tires be a little bit better in wet conditions like that. The third thing that I hate about the Ram 1500 Rebel is actually going to be the mirrors. So you can get 2 different mirror options with this truck. You can get power folding mirrors, and then you can get the trailer tow mirrors. This one has the trailer tow mirrors, and I'll kind of go over why I don't like that option. These mirrors are great. They obviously give you a ton of visibility, and you can flip them up to make it so that you have a little bit better when you are towing. But the only thing that's frustrating about these mirrors is they're not power folding. Now Ram does let you have power folding trailer mirrors on their heavy duty trucks, but they don't let you have them on the half tons, which is pretty frustrating because the power folding mirrors, I think they're a little bit too small for the truck, because then you don't have very good visibility. But then these mirrors, I mean, they're perfect visibility wise, but then they're not power folding. So getting into situations like this where you're in a garage and you can't fold them in, you have to fold them in manually, it's pretty annoying. And so I wish that's something that they would change just on all the 1500s in general. The fourth thing that I hate about my Rebel, and this again applies to other trucks, and this actually applies to other FCA products, is the center touchscreen. There are some glitches and stuff that happen with it, but let's just pop inside and I'll show that to you. Everything's working properly right now, so I won't be able to show this to you right now, but I can kind of go over it with you. So sometimes, obviously when the truck's warming up, and it's colder outside like it is right now in the winter time, the screen doesn't respond as quickly. When it's, you know, warm enough outside, the screen, I mean, it's instantaneous response, but when it's cold outside, it doesn't respond all the time. And then sometimes things just randomly stop working, and then I think about taking it into service, but then they start working again. So one example, which it's working right now obviously, is the backup camera. About a week ago, it just randomly stopped turning on when I put it into reverse, and then you can go over to this tab to go into the backup camera. It wouldn't let me go there either, and then it happened for about 2 days, and then I just started up and then it starts working again. And so little quirks like that with the touchscreen are kind of frustrating, on it, and so that's definitely something that I wish that they could improve on. The last thing that I hate about my Ram 1500 Rebel is the fact that obviously they have the new body style with the Rams, so this problem has been fixed. Just get a new body style truck. But with this current generation, the fact that the truck is, you know, basically a decade old. So they came out with this iteration, or this body style of the half tons, about 10 years ago. And so one of the things is the fact that the truck's just so old, so some things just feel like they're tacked on. You know, really good example is the parking sensors are not very well integrated. It's just kind of like they're thrown on there. And then you can see the taillights, you know, they're LED taillights in the back, but you can see all this extra stuff because this is the full taillight housing. You know, they obviously just have to make do with what they have. And I also just don't like this in the Rams in general, how it goes like that, but it's whatever, it's just a styling thing. And then you can see the same thing with the headlights up front. There's just all this extra space that they have to fill in with random stuff because they're having to make do with a design that's, you know, basically a decade old. And it obviously carries on into the interior. They've done pretty good, but I mean, some of the things just kind of feel like they're just thrown on or tacked on in the truck, just in the interior in general. And so obviously just get a new body style truck, but that was one thing that was frustrating about this truck, is the fact that it's built off of a platform that's so old. And there we have it, 5 things that I hate about my Ram 1500 Rebel. Obviously these things aren't that big of an issue where I would get rid of the truck, because I actually really do love this truck. And so thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you liked the video. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe, and I'll see all of you in that next video.